So, when I pointed out that this God of the Bible hates women, one of the things that some people were claiming is that no, God could not hate women because God puts women in leadership position. I mean, look at the fact that Phoebe was a deacon. And when they actually brought that up, it reminded me of a huge contradiction in the Bible when comparing the writings of Paul compared to what they claim Jesus said and what this God said. So let's think about it for a second, critically think through it. Phoebe was considered a deacon by Paul. The word that is used there can mean servant, but it is often translated as deacon, a position within the church. So it has the same meaning because a deacon is a servant of the church. Now, the qualifications that the Bible gives as far as what a deacon is supposed to be, it says that a deacon must be the husband of one wife. Now, I know we live in a time frame where gender is very fluid. But in their time frame, gender was not fluid. There was only male, female, man, woman. There was no binaries or anything of that nature, at least not recognized. You would be murdered, death killed if you were to claim any of those things. So, Phoebe, how can she be a deacon if she can only be the husband of one wife? And it doesn't make sense. It's an impossibility. Now later on, Paul in two of his other letters also said, "Women, keep silent in the churches, for I suffer you not to teach nor usurp the authority of a man." So how is it that Paul can say that Phoebe is a deacon, but then at the same time tell women that they should be quiet and don't usurp the authority of a man? And if they were to learn anything, that they should ask their husbands at home. This is an obvious contradiction in the mindset of what the Bible is trying to get across to the general public, because some may say, well, in general, women were not supposed to be deacon. In general, women were not supposed to be pastors. They're not supposed to lead churches. They're not supposed to usurp the authority of men. And we know this is very prevalent in some sects of Christianity, i.e. Catholicism, the Southern Baptist Church, that women are not allowed to become preachers or leaders within the church beyond that of the motherboard or the elders. But according to this Bible, no woman should be over any man nor and be able to hold those positions. But yet Phoebe is a deacon. Phoebe then would be a special case scenario that she was made into a deacon according to Paul. But the rest of the Bible continues to keep women in a subservient position. So what do you guys think? Does the Bible contradict itself? What are the apologetic excuses for Phoebe being a deacon, but yet it is saying that women should be quiet? Now, there are some apologetics that's going to say that, well, those churches were having problems, and the problem they were having was the fact that women were misleading and causing disruptions within the church. But if that's the case, it should have specified that specifically for that church. Just because the letter is written to that church doesn't mean that it is only a matter for that church. And if that's the case, then the entire Bible was only written for the people of that day and should have no bearing for the people of today. So should women be deacons and leaders in the church, or is it a contradiction? Or are there special instances where women can be leaders in the church? You tell me. But it's a contradiction nevertheless. And y'all, if the Bible cannot come with univocality, then it is not the inspired word of this deity. Always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.